long ago the world was at war. But then the 10 dragons arrived and changed everything. They brought peace to the world and gave us the gift of magic. Those who can use that magic are called sorcerers. But that is about to change. My name is Nova, and this is the story of how I became the first Warlock. Warlock, Episode 31, Prove Your Worth, The Bronze Dragon's Might.
As Class Red pressed onwards towards the temple, the road began to show signs of disuse. The once smooth trail had grown rugged and uneven, winding upwards through increasingly difficult terrain. Amara guided them through a labyrinth of rocks and cliffs that would easily thwart a traveler who didn't know the path. They found themselves navigating steep inclines. A thick fog began to roll in as they ascended, obscuring their view.
And remember, no mist to help you climb. This is part of your training.
You'll catch us if we fall, though, right?
It's not even that far of a drop.
You didn't answer my question.
Come on, Twinkles, we're almost there. Probably.
Just as they approached the crest of a particularly treacherous ridge, Krisha lost her footing, her hand dislodging a loose rock from the wall of stone. She slipped into the foggy chasm.
Gotcha.
In an instant, Amara reached out and grasped Krisha's arm, hauling her up to safety on a nearby ledge. As Krisha steadied herself, Amara effortlessly walked along the sheer wall, her feet finding purchase against the stone.
Whew, that was close.
I trust Amara. She's not going to let us fall.
Well, not for long, anyway.
Damn it. Thanks, Amara.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
I can cast Spider Climb on you too, if you'd like.
No, you're making the rest of them climb without help. I'm doing the same.
I can respect that. I've got your back if you need it.
I won't. And I don't need pity from anyone, all right?
I can see that you're more than capable, Krisha. But there is no shame in asking your friends for help. And friends aren't going to judge you for asking for it.
Yeah, we can hug it out later.
Don't take this the wrong way, but having one arm does put you at a pretty severe disadvantage.
Oh wow, I had no idea. Now please, excuse me.
Krisha resumed her climb, steadily making her way up and eventually rejoining the rest of Class Red at the summit.
I can't see a thing up here. This fog is insane.
Be careful. One wrong step could send you tumbling off this mountain.
I don't like how quiet it is up here. Even the wind stopped.
Be on your guard. This is Orion's doing.
Wait, he's not gonna attack us, right?
I think with enough time and under the circumstance...
Without warning, a sudden, violent force slammed into Amara, sending her hurtling off the edge of the cliffside. As she plummeted, her body began to glow with a faint light, allowing her to hover and gently glide back up to the top, where she landed with a soft thud.
I guess that answers that.
A voice echoed from the fog.
How dare you step 1 foot here, Rhea Tatlin?
Everyone hide. I'll distract him.
Hide? Where?
Amara shot into the fog with blinding speed, her movements slicing through the dense mist.
This fog is too dangerous to traverse. Hang on!
Briar pressed her hands to the ground, and with a surge of mist, 2 enormous leaves unfurled at the end of long, winding vines. She deftly used them as fans, sweeping away the thick fog and clearing away a swath of visibility around them.
Nice! Good thinking.
Where did they go?
I can't hear them anymore.
Wait, I see... No, that's just a deer. Wait, an elk?
Nova pointed to a figure moving behind one of the rocks in a now cleared area. As she spoke, it turned its head to look at them.
Poor
little guy. How'd he get all the way up here?
Suddenly, the creature leapt over the rock, revealing a tall, well-built man with the body of a human, but the head of an elk. He charged at them with surprising speed, and before they could react, his massive fist came to a halt just inches from Nova's face, the force of his movement creating a tense gust of wind.
Don't hurt them, Orion.
Reyna Tanwin, I thought I'd never see you again.
It's actually Amara now.
Amara Tanwin, I thought I'd never see you again.
No, it's... never mind. Can we talk about this?
I swore I would never see any of you again. That wasn't just a promise, but a threat.
Things are different now. Please, can we just talk?
What is going on? Why are you so upset with her?
Do they not know? Or are they just like you? Selfish and cruel with a candy facade.
Whoa, this is getting good.
We're kind of on a world-saving mission, so if you all could figure this out quickly, I think we'd all appreciate it.
Oh, that's rich. You tell these kids they're saving the world? You're the same as always.
Orion, please, this isn't about me. It's about Ren.
Can we talk somewhere that isn't 5 feet from a cliff?
Fine, I'll let you rest. Then you're heading back down to wherever you came from.
With a sweeping motion of his hand, the fog dissipated into the air, unveiling a stunning temple before them. The ancient edifice stood remarkably well preserved, its stone facade reinforced with metal repairs that maintained its integrity. Orion sat down on a boulder nearby. Nova noticed a massive hammer leaning up against it.
Whoa, this place is incredible! I've never seen architecture like this before.
This is one of the first buildings ever built here, kid. Takes a lot of love to make sure it keeps standing.
Can we talk, please?
Whatever you say, you can say it in front of everyone. Unless you're still trying to keep secrets from them.
What are you talking about? Why don't you just tell us?
I will, I think...
What did she tell you about who she is?
Orion.
Did she tell you she's the reason we're all here?
What does he mean?
Things are different now.
Just because you feel sorry for yourself. Everything wrong with this world is Reyna's fault.
What about the gold dragon?
You think he could do all this alone?
Is he telling the truth?
It's not like that.
What does he mean?
It was her idea to seal Akashima in her own shrine. It was her idea to pass the bloodlines on to create legacies. It was her idea to enslave an army.
Amara?
I didn't think it would end up like this. I meant to bring peace and help bring our peace to other worlds. I just wanted to help people.
By using more violence? Where we come from, metallic dragons embody all that is right and good, while the chromatic ones embrace chaos and evil. I guess you can only remove so much evil from someone, right? It's always hiding under the surface.
I'm trying to make things right.
Hey! From where I'm standing, you're the one being a jerk. Sure, it sounds like she did a lot of messed up stuff back in the day, but hey, she's here now trying to help. Trying to help all of us. Look, we've all done things we regret, but at least she's trying to do the right thing now when it matters. We've been traveling with her for months, and all I've seen is a kind, patient, and caring person. Looks to me like your scales don't determine diddly squat. Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like all you've been doing with your free time is complaining and sulking.
You've got a mouth on you, don't you?
Ren, thank you. But he's right. I have a long way to go before I've even forgiven myself.
This is a lot to process, but Ren's right. I know your heart's in the right place.
I've known Amara all my life, and I trust her completely.
She's nice. I mean, I just met her, but she seems like a good person or whatever.
She's trying to help you? Why? What do you want from me?
Amara says you're the master of spirit energy. And I need to master it, so here we are.
I suppose it's not your fault she made so many mistakes. But why should I train you? Why do you want power? Because harnessing 100% is pure might.
My goal in life was always to be the strongest, to push myself as hard as I can to improve. And we need it now more than ever. Because some strong guys are coming after you, and we're trying to stop them.
For me? Why?
Foundation, a powerful organization, is collecting the origins. They'll want eruption.
Ha! Is that all they want? Then let them come. I don't even have it anymore.
What?
You gave eruption away? You were supposed to be protecting it.
Yeah, don't worry, it's safe. And don't even ask who defeats the purpose of me hiding it.
I don't get how you can just give away something so powerful, but if someone steals it, you die?
It's all about willpower. It's part of the curse from when we took in pieces of Aurelius. If we genuinely choose to give it up, we can. But if we resist and it's forcibly taken, it rips out our soul along with it. We're meant to protect them with our lives, or entrust them to another.
We place the curse on ourselves. Stops us from being careless with something so important.
Yet you gave it away?
I'll let you all stay the night and get some rest. In the morning, you're gone. Got it?
What? But I need your help!
You want power to become stronger. What kind of answer is that? Those who want strength are the ones who least deserve it, even if you mean well.
So that's it, huh?
Sorry, kid. Amara shouldn't have made so many promises.
Well, a wasted trip. It was nice being away from Cinders for a day. I'm gonna hit the road now.
Nova suddenly noticed the flashing of her tattoo. She stepped into the pocket dimension.
Let me speak with him.
Why not? It's not like things can get any worse.
The lady took over Nova's body, with her posture changing and the whites of her eyes replaced with darkness.
Orion, might I have a word with you?
Akashima, I thought I sensed your mist. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the temple.
The pleasure is all mine, Orion. You're looking well.
Wait, what?
I've never heard the lady be so nice.
What the hell's is going on?
Allow me to speak to their character. When I first realized Amara was in fact Reyna, I had a brief conversation with her. I invited her into my dimension for a scolding, but she convinced me, as she always does, that this was the best course of action.
I promise, your freedom is one of my priorities too. I need to help Nova get stronger so she can help me.
Fine, I won't intervene in your training, but don't expect me to enjoy it.
Oh, I've missed you, Kashi.
I regret this already. Amara means well. She intends to atone for the state the world is in. I can tell she means that earnestly.
And you really think training this kid is going to help fix everything?
Train them all.
For you, I'll train the girl. We'll see about the others.
I leave that at your discretion. Thank you, Orion. The girl, Nova, she's a good person. I think you both carry the same desire to do what's right for these people.
We'll see.
Suddenly, Nova returned to her body.
Did she really just say something nice about me?
You, Nova.
Yes.
Oh, you're so frail and weak. Are you truly able to harness Akashima's mist?
Can people stop calling me wimpy? I'm pretty strong, you know.
You four come with me. You, wait out here.
Listen to Orion. I'm going to go for a walk.
Amara,
It's okay. I got you here. It'll be better from now on, I promise.
I'm coming with you. We need to talk.
I wouldn't mind the company.
Amara and Briar disappeared into the woods, their figures soon swallowed by the dense trees. Meanwhile, the rest of the group entered the temple, where they were led through stone corridors to their rooms. The chambers were stark, furnished with only the barest essentials. A simple bed, a plain wooden table, and a small window letting in a narrow beam of light. After settling in, they were guided to the main hall, which had been transformed into a massive forge.
Holy hells. This would put any blacksmith I've met to shame.
You! Let me see your sword.
My sword?
Please. Trust me.
Fine. Here.
This sword used to be pretty good, huh? Looks like cinderfall work. I can do you one better than those chumps.
He gave a few swings of the blade, slicing it through the air. It appeared to be the size of a dagger in his large hands.
I'd like it back, please.
Oh, sentimental. Let me guess, your father's old sword. I'm the best smith you've ever met. Let me fix it for you.
Just be careful with it.
Here. Use this one to train for now.
He tossed Krisha a claymore, the massive two-handed sword landing heavily in her grip, nearly pushing her off balance with its weight. She staggered for a moment, adjusting to the heft of the weapon, her stance widening to compensate.
Isn't that a little big?
Now she's got it. I bet her arm is stronger than both of yours.
Can he stop making fun of me?
And what about me?
I agreed to trade Nova, and I like the mouse girl. I'm not so sure about you.
Well, you know what? I ain't too sure about you either. Why don't you spar me and I can see if I even want to be trained by you?
Fighting again. Is that all you want to do? Fight strong guys. Fight your rivals. Fight, fight, fight. Strength isn't about being the strongest, kid.
That doesn't make any sense.
And that's why I'm not going to train you.
This is ridiculous. We came all this way just for you to discard me like that? You know what? I don't even want to be taught by you.
Then get out of my forge!
Fine. I'm out of here.
Ren, wait!
I didn't say you could leave. Come here.
Orion moved to a sturdy chest and began rifling through it, the sound of metal clanging together echoing through the room. After a moment, he pulled out a simple-looking breastplate, its steel surface gleaming.
While you're here, you're wearing this.
Orion grasped the metal at the bottom of the breastplate, and with a fluid motion, it magically stretched and flowed as if it were made of cloth. He slipped it over Nova, the armor fitting snugly around her. The moment it settled into place, she crumpled to the ground under its immense weight, her legs giving out beneath her.
What the? Why can't I move?
You'll be wearing that weighted training armor until I say otherwise. Got it?
Nova struggled to crawl, her limbs trembling under the oppressive weight of the armor. Every movement was a battle, the heavy metal pressing down on her.
And I thought Amara was tough. This is gonna kill me!
Your first lesson! Go up to your room.
Ugh. Are you kidding me? I can't even stand up!
Then I hope it's warm enough in here for you. This is where you'll be sleeping. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to do some work. Mouse girl, what's your name?
Glad you asked, Elfman. Krisha.
Oh, I like you. There's some training dummies around the back. Go give the sword a swing.
Help me,
I do have a tip for you.
please. Anything.
Get stronger. And no mist, you're doing this the old-fashioned way.
This temple is going to be my tomb.
Meanwhile, Amara and Briar walked through a forest of tall pines and spruces, the sunlight filtering softly through the dense canopy. The air was cool and filled with the scent of pine and earth. Their footsteps crunched over a carpet of needles as they followed the narrow, winding trail.
I do feel stronger, but only as a sorcerer, and I'm going to need more than this to face my mother.
Like I said, primordial energy doesn't come easy. You'll get there, I promise.
It's not happening fast enough. I don't even know if it's possible.
I promise it is. Look.
Amara reached down and picked up a pine cone, dry and empty.
This has been here for a few months, right? Check this out.
Amara closed her eyes, putting her palm around the pine cone, and with a small glint of light, she opened her hand. Inside, the pine cone looked as fresh as if it had just fallen.
See? And you'll be able to do so much more than that.
Then teach me how. Nova's getting stronger with her mist, and I can see it happening more and more every day. And then Ren is as strong as when we first met, just from breathing exercises. But me, I feel like I'm getting left behind.
Briar, you have to have patience.
Patience?
Briar reached into her pouch and pulled out the acorn.
What is this going to do to help? I'll learn how to grow a little sprout. It won't stop Foundation from hurting my friends. I felt useless watching Ren have his power stolen.
The acorn began to glow in her palm.
I'm useless against my mother. I'm useless against Diamond. I'm useless against anything.
Briar, the acorn...
I need to be stronger.
Suddenly, the acorn burst into flames, engulfing it completely. She held it in her palm.
How did you do that?
I don't know. It doesn't hurt at all.
The small flame flickered a few seconds more before vanishing.
What was that?
I'll be honest, I've never seen anything like that before. Primordial energy is supposed to be about growth and life, but you just used it to destroy something. I think all this time you've been meditating, for all these months, you've been trying to pour energy into it. You've done something different, something new.
But fire? That can't be a good sign. Fire is chaotic, destructive.
Not always. Fire clears away the dead underbrush and makes room for new growth. It purifies, bringing strength through rebirth. I've always said that you have a fire inside of you, kiddo. I think this is how we use it.
I think I could do it again. I could feel my emotions so clearly.
This is getting me all fired up. No pun intended. I think I know just how to train you, but maybe not here. You probably don't want to start a wildfire.
Thank you, Amara. I'm so sorry I got so upset with you.
I'm not. Let's put that fire to work.
Krisha walked behind the temple to an overgrown training field. The training dummies were barely visible under the thick plant growth that had taken hold for decades, perhaps centuries. Ren sat at the top of the stairs leading down.
Done training already?
Haven't even started yet. Was thinking of hitting a couple dummies with this thing. Want to try a few swings?
The only dummy out here is me. Just go ahead, hit me with it.
Look, I know we don't know each other all that well, and this might be a little harsh, so bear with me, but you are a lot at first.
Not the first time I've heard that.
But spend more than 5 minutes with you, and anyone can tell that you love your friends and that you're a good person.
Not good enough, apparently.
Oh, please. Are you going to keep sulking here? Or do you want to swing this very sharp and heavy piece of metal at some of those wooden guys down there?
You're right. I've sulked enough. Come on, show me how it's done.
As they made their way down to the training dummies, Krisha gripped the sword with her hand, resting the blade on her shoulder. She twisted her body sharply, allowing her momentum to transfer into her arm and then the blade. It came slicing down diagonally against the dummy, cutting it clean in half.
Yeesh, swinging this frickin' sword's like a whole body workout. I could never get used to that.
A little too heavy for my taste, but it's damn sharp. Shame that we only got a few dummies left to cut.
Suddenly, the dummy flew back together, mending itself to be complete once more.
Now that's a neat trick. Let me try.
Krisha spent the next hour or so trying to teach Ren how to use the sword.
That's the worst swing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, cut me some slack, all right?
You cut the dummy, and I'll cut you some slack.
After some time training, they decided to take a break and walk into the nearby forest. The afternoon air was cool and refreshing, and they walked as they conversed under the cover of the trees.
The lady, huh? She sounds scary.
She has a real name, but I'm not really good with those. It's something like Akima Mima, Akimo, something like that.
And your dad sounds like a real ass. I'm not even sorry for saying it. Your sister sounds cool, though.
More like she's a spoiled brat who gets whatever she wants. I do love her, though. It's been a few years. I hope she's okay.
Well, maybe you should go see her after your training.
Oh, and she'd love you. That I know.
Oh, I get to meet her. I'm honored.
We'll see. The Deserthorn
Wait, did you hear that?
Ren could suddenly hear an animal roaring in pain.
Come on, let's go see what it is.
Careful, there are owl bears around here. Wait up.
Ren sprinted through the woods, following the sound of the animal. He cleared a brush to find a large owl bear staring him in the eyes. It growled at him as he approached. He noticed it was pinned under a fallen tree.
Whoa, I've never actually seen one in real life.
Come on, help me get this tree off of it.
If we do that, it'll probably want to eat us.
Ren was already attempting to get behind the owl bear, slowly moving around it. As he inspected the tree, attempting to feel its weight, the owl bear lashed back with its claw, slicing Ren's arm and tearing off his bandage.
Ah!
Are you okay?
I'll distract it. You get to the other side and cut that tree off of it. I'll try to lift it from this side.
This is such a stupid idea. Okay, tell me when.
As Ren got the owlbear's attention, Krisha managed to line up a clear slice at the top of the fallen tree.
All right, count of 3, and then you run while I distract it.
I'm not going anywhere, just do it.
3, 2, 1.
As Krisha sliced through the tree, Ren used all his strength to try and lift the log off the owlbear. He managed to barely lift it off the ground, freeing one of the owlbear's legs.
I can't hold this thing anymore!
Suddenly, the log felt light as a feather in his arms. As he looked up, he saw Orion gripping the log and lifting it away from him, tossing it down.
You know you could have gotten yourself killed. What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking, all right? Is that what you want to hear?
Easy, girl, you're okay.
Orion knelt down to inspect the owlbear's legs. The owlbear snuggled against him as he did.
Good, she's okay. Just pinned and scared.
Wait, you know her?
Of course I do. I know every animal out here. We're all connected. Our spirits can feel each other. I could feel her cry out in pain, so I rushed out here to see you two running in head first without thinking. Let me see your arm.
It's fine. It's just a little cut.
I've got a salve. Put this on for the next couple of days to stop it from getting worse. I'll have to give you something better than those flimsy arm wraps, too.
Why are you acting like you care? You aren't even gonna train me.
I care because no student of mine is going to struggle that much with a little log like that.
Wait, you'll train him?
I'll train all of you!
I couldn't even lift that tree off of her. I'm not strong enough.
You idiot. It's not about being strong. It's about doing what's right, even if you aren't strong enough. Plenty of people want to do good in the world, but feel like it won't matter, or it won't make a difference. Everything makes a difference.
Yes! All right, what are we doing first?
Walk with me. Let me show you around my mountain.
Your mountain, huh?
I did make it myself. A long time ago.
I have to remember that we're hanging around gods.
We're not gods. We might live for hundreds of years, but we don't deserve worship. That's something I wish to change in this world.
We'll be more than happy to talk about how worthless you are any chance we get.
Perfect, I think. Now, let me show you around.
What about Twinkles?
Someone, help me. I need to go to the bathroom.
Yep, she'll be fine.
As they walked around, Orion guided them through the winding paths of the mountainside, pointing out hidden caves, ancient trees, and long-forgotten trails. The sun dipped down below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple as night crept in. By the time they made their way back, the stars were already twinkling overhead, and the cool evening air had settled in. They finally returned to the temple, where they found Amara and Briar sitting on the front steps, engaged in quiet conversation, the flickering light of a lantern nearby casting soft shadows around them. Orion sat down next to Amara.
I owe you an apology. Your students are right. You're trying to do the right thing, and that deserves respect.
Thank you. I'll earn it all back.
I've decided to train them. All of them.
Thank you for the offer, Orion, but I think I'm going to study with Amara. We made some progress today.
I think we're both excited to see where it goes.
Oh, well, that's exciting, Mosshead. We're all gonna get stronger together.
Training starts tomorrow. I don't know what it's been like with Amara, but this is going to be hell. I hope you're ready.
Can we start training tonight? Oh, I'm getting chills.
You can start tonight. I'm starving.
You're in luck. Out of all of the dragons, I'm the best chef.
I won't argue there. His wild root stew is incredible.
Oh, this is a dream come true.
Wait, where's Nova?
I left her on the floor of the forge. I'd better check on her. My dining room is a little neglected. Why don't you get ready while I check on your friend?
Deal.
Orion entered the forge, expecting to see an exhausted Nova sprawled out in front of him. But she was gone.
What the? Where did she go?
Orion searched the halls and stairways, finally checking in Nova's room. Pushing open the door, he found the bed undisturbed, its sheets neatly in place. But just in front of it, sprawled out on the cold stone floor, was Nova, fast asleep. Her small form was curled up, as if she had simply collapsed from exhaustion where she stood.
This kid. She's something, all right.
He took the blanket off the bed, placing it over her. With a gentle hand, he draped it over Nova, tucking it in around her shoulders to ensure she was snug and comfortable. She remained in a deep sleep.
It's about time you showed up, Nova Ravenwood.
Orion pulled a small, folded piece of parchment from his pocket. One side was smooth, but slightly worn. On it was an astonishingly lifelike image of Nova at 4 or 5 years old, so vivid and precise that it seemed as though it had captured a moment frozen in time. The detail was uncanny, almost as if the image had been drawn by a master artist. He smiled, carefully folding the parchment again before tucking it into his pocket and rejoining the others downstairs. Meanwhile, at Foundation headquarters, Moonstone walked down the main corridor into the Great Hall. Diamond sat at the throne, Onyx and Emerald by his side.
Moonstone, I hope you are able to rest and regain your strength.
Weakling.
Thank you. I see you've absorbed another dragon.
Well perceived, but inaccurate. I've absorbed 2 origins since you were among us. It is indeed taking a toll on my body. Nonetheless, in Foundation, strength is not achieved by the individual, but by the collective. We all bear the burden, and so all reap the rewards.
I am ready to begin the work again.
We shall see. Ruby.
Ruby stepped forward out of the darkness.
Moonstone has disobeyed my orders and sought the death of innocent people, to which we are no enemy. If we wish to break their chains, we must also win their hearts and minds. Kill him.
What?
Diamond, you can't be serious.
It seems neither of you understand. Kill him, Ruby. Hugo, there is only one path to forgiveness. If you truly wish to continue the work, kill Ruby.
Without hesitation, Moonstone lashed out at Ruby, 2 razor-sharp tendrils of blood slicing towards her. She vanished briefly from sight, reappearing behind him, her hands quickly placed on his back.
Human puppet!
Moonstone's body went limp with a flash of red light. But the blood tendrils remained fixated on her, quickly zipping around to slice at her, with Ruby barely ducking out of the way.
Impossible! His legacy, it can withstand human puppet!
The blood chased Ruby around the room as she deftly dodged and sidestepped the onslaught. The blood wrapped around his body, allowing him to move, coiling around his limbs. She misty-stepped away.
Coward! You're all cowards! You're weak! Why don't I just kill you?
He lunged at Diamond, who sat unmoving. Ruby reappeared in front of him.
Taser grip.
She extended her hand, fingers clawed and exploding with electricity towards Moonstone. She connected with his chest, focusing the energy directly on his heart. Moonstone froze in place for a brief moment. Suddenly, the blood tendrils fell away as he collapsed to the ground.
Excellent work, Ruby.
Thank you, but he could have killed me.
Ruby stood in shock at what she had done, her breath shaky as she processed the weight of her actions.
Do not mourn his death, Ruby. His ambition betrayed his dedication to our cause. I knew you to be the superior sorcerer. I never once feared for your safety. Remove his mask and give it to me.
Of course, Diamond.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Emerald, help me to the council chamber. Ruby, I am proud of your growth. Your mastery of your new legacy is impressive.
Can I keep him for my collection?
Yes. Perhaps he will be more useful to us under your guidance.
Oh, I've waited for this for a long time.
Onyx took out 2 golden coins and placed them on Moonstone's eyes. Suddenly, his body vanished, leaving 1 coin behind. She placed the coin back into a black leather coin purse.
You're going to be so much fun. Good work, Ruby.
Ruby stood in silence for a moment, still processing what had happened. As the others left the room, she remained. Then, softly, she began to cry as she looked down at where Moonstone had fallen.
Forcing her to kill was a bit harsh, don't you think?
You know what is coming, Emerald. Hugo is the first of many. She must be prepared.
She might be ambitious, but don't force her too quickly into violence. It could push her away from you.
I will take that into account in the future. Your loyalty and wisdom are unquestionable, Emerald. Now, leave us. He has requested privacy.
Be careful.
As he entered the council chamber, the tension followed him, the heavy door closing behind with a final thud.
About time.
Donovan sat before him at a decaying council table.
Your proposition is as shrewd as it is callous. I accept.
And she won't die, right?
Of course not. I will simply remove all the mist from her, Origin included. Your legacy will end with you, however.
I can have more children. She is just as defiant as her older brother. Now, for your end of the bargain, are you sure you can defeat such a powerful sorcerer?
I have no doubt. Headmaster Winstone's tenure will soon be cut short. You may assume her position at Oakvale Academy for as long as your promise to Foundation holds.
Diamond held the Moonstone mask out to Donovan.
These are my terms. In my weakened state, I cannot absorb another origin. It is a process that requires the utmost patience, lest it overwhelm me. When the time is right and I am recovered, bring her here.
A hand made of shadow appeared in the darkness above the table. Grasping the mask and bringing it to Donovan, he clutched it in his own hand.
I accept.
Warlock, Episode 31. Prove Your Worth. The Bronze Dragon's Might. Nova is voiced by Claire Clausen. Ren by Nick Akins. Briar by Jackie Webb. Amara by Megan Massey Ware. Krisha by Kate Aviles. Orion by Kyle Ware. The Lady by Tamara Deering. Ruby by Shelby Villeneuve. Diamond by Brandon Meeks. Onyx by Alicia Espinoza. Emerald by Abigail Bailey Maupin. Donovan by Greg Maupin. Mendel and Moonstone by Zachary Burrell.
Special thanks to Wizards of the Coast. If you enjoy the show, please leave us a review on your preferred platform. Check out our Patreon for early access, filler episodes, behind-the-scenes clips, and other bonus content. Link in the show notes. Thank you for listening.
Next time on Warlock. Grueling training begins under the tutelage of Orion as Briar learns to control the fire within.
I told ya, this training is gonna whip us into shape in no time.
Maybe whip you into shape. I'm keeping up just fine.
I'm feeling great.
Hang on, I need to breathe for a second. Warlock, Episode 32. Forge Your Heart. Training begins on Warlock.